Hi everyone, and welcome to the Practicum Help File. From talking with the Office of Public Health Practice, there appears to be some confusion about how to complete your work plan. Because of this, here's a short movie to help you navigate through developing your work plan and consequently being able to have an amazing Practicum experience. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Here's our objectives to take the confusion out of the PEMS work plan by explaining deliverables, activities, objectives, and competencies as they relate to your work plan. At this point, you may be looking like this, depending on the amount of facial hair in your attire and the level of over-the-counter medications available to you. But let's take one bite at a time and take the frustration out of this. So here, let's start here with the Practical Experience Management System, or PEMS. So as you think about your work plan, it thinks about it in a very linear sort of way. It takes a linear top-down approach to your preceptor, and this makes sense. However, we want you to think from a bottom-up approach. So starting with the deliverables and working your way up. This may be easier to navigate, and may help you to see how everything fits better. So let's go ahead and start at the bottom here with the deliverables. So what you're producing, these are the tangible products. So in a traditional class, your deliverable is the assignment you submit. This could be an exam, a paper, or a project. In practicum, deliverable is based on the workplace, so deliverable can be very different. Examples are included on the slide, and example deliverables can be policy briefs, reports, white papers, process flow diagrams, a grant application, or a procedures manual. And this is not an all-inclusive list, but this specific deliverables your preceptor wants you to do can be included in the project or the job description for this practicum. The activities that you do are the things you do to produce a deliverable. This may be intuitive to you to some degree, but it's important for you to be able to really think about and communicate what it is you are going to do. These activities are what you'll be spending your time doing while you're in the preceptor's organization. You may want to think about these activities, and if you document them as the steps you need to follow in order to produce the deliverable. The specific activities your preceptor wants you to do are probably included in the project or job description for the practicum. The next part of this bottom approach pertains to the objectives. The objectives don't pertain to your learning objectives, but to the organization's objectives. Objectives pertain to the organization's sub-goals. Look at the activities and deliverables to determine how these activities and deliverables fit into what the organization wants you to accomplish. This information can be included in your job or position description as your preceptor has provided. Last, we have the competencies. The competencies you have to choose from are provided in a drop-down menu in PEMS. In the Word version you're working with, you don't see the drop-down menu. To complete your work plan drafted in Word, refer to any syllabus from an HPM concentration course, such as Dr. Washburn's Strategic Planning and Marketing course or Dr. Karina's Financial Management course. If you have questions about which course applies, please let me know. The key here is that the competencies represent categories for your objectives, activities, and deliverables, so you don't need to find a competency that matches perfectly with your objectives, activities, and deliverables, but think of the competencies as buckets. Your job is to determine which of these buckets to use to store the set of objectives, activities, and deliverables that you're working on. Okay, and so lastly here, on the previous slide I gave you a list of examples of deliverables, activities, and objectives. Most students find making the connections a challenge, so this slide provides you an example of deliverables and activities that you are associated with. Again, what you see here is that the activities stated are ones to be done in order to produce the deliverables. And that's it from here. If you have any questions, please email me through eCampus.